Hey guys, welcome to Logical Latte, a channel solely dedicated to giving you a jolt of logic within the political sphere. The left is now about to flip over the game board because they are losing the American people. They are going to pick up their toys from the playground and storm away. The temper tantrum from the left is going strong. It's not even election day yet, and it is in a full blown meltdown mode. I knew that it was going to get crazy, but we're about to really hit roller coaster status here. The left is in panic mode, and this confirmation of Amy Coney Barrett is pushing them over the edge. In this video, we're going to talk about how the left keeps changing the rules of the game and how it's really gotten us to the point where we are right now, and the gridlock that we see and the fighting that we see over every single judge, and really what it means for our future. But we're also going to talk about the left's view and hypocrisy of how they see women and the women vote. But before we get into all that, make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. Right now, I know it's difficult to start a political channel, but I'm diving in head first, and I just need you to make sure that you are part of my community by liking and subscribing and even commenting down below. It really helps with the algorithm. So those of us on the right have always known the full intentions of the left. We've always known that they'll change the rules of the game if they start to lose power, and nothing has shown us that more than the nomination and confirmation of Amy Coney Barrett. So, let's take a step back and let's go into our time travel back to 2013 when Harry Reid was the leader of the Senate. At one point, when Obama was president in the beginning, he had the House, the Senate, he had a super majority, and he really squandered all of that away on the Affordable Care Act. And he really got nothing else done with the political power that the American people had given to him. And side note, I would say given to him for that 60th vote, that 60th senator was, I forget his name, the comedian that they found a whole bunch of votes in the trunk of a car for him. But anyway, so he really used all his political power and energy on getting the Affordable Care Act passed. So when it came to judges, that was kind of on the back burner. The rules of the Senate were that you were to filibuster, or the minority had the option to filibuster any judges that they found to be not ones that they wanted. And ever since the Bork hearings, I would say that the Supreme Court has just become more and more and more political. It's never supposed to have been a political situation. It was always supposed to be, completely separate from making legislation. But right now we have judges across the country who are basically making legislation. If you look at how they're coming up with some of these court cases right now where the Trump administration is actually going in and filing a lawsuit at how they are going to be counting absentee ballots and stuff. It is judges right now that are saying, yeah, we can do that. And it's 2 weeks out to the election, and they're letting that happen. And, it's not judges that make that determination. It's state legislatures. So anyway, I digress. But they used to have to do a filibuster, or they had the rule in the Senate that you could filibuster a court nominee. And Harry Reid is the one who decided that that was unnecessary and took away the filibuster. So now it is just a simple majority. And that's how we've gotten to the point where Amy Coney Barrett was confirmed only by like 52 to 48. So it's one of those things where you have to understand that that's the nature and the reality of things as of right now. So when Merrick Garland was nominated back in 2015, Barack Obama was a Democratic president with a Republican Senate. So Barack Obama performed his constitutional duty by nominating Merrick Garland. And it was the Republican Senate who had the option of whether or not they wanted to take it up. And so that's been the real fight right now between the left and the right in trying to say that, the left is being hypocrites by not confirming or by confirming a judge so close to an election. But the great thing about a democratic republic is that there are rules, and the rules are written out by the Constitution. And so when, there's nothing that has been done that was illegal. So the fact that they say that Amy Coney Barrett is illegitimate is just ridiculous. They're doing that just to make just to cause havoc, I feel. So they're always doing this with everything. Every time something is done that they, I guess it's perceived that they have lost, they call it illegitimate. They say something was stolen, or, ever since the 2000, Florida recount, it has been a constant thing with the left saying that things are illegitimate or stolen. And it's absolutely ridiculous. I am so sick and tired of them, the left, basically always having this vision of saying, oh my gosh, Russia disinformation, that's why it happened. Well, hey, no, maybe the American people are not behind what you want and how you are viewing the country to be led. Make no mistake. 4 years ago, when Trump became president, no one thought that Hillary would lose the election. That is why Ruth Bader Ginsburg did not retire when she did, because she thought that she would be able to retire and Hillary would be able to nominate her replacement. Barack Obama assumed that the judges that were left vacancies, like the 150 plus judge vacancies across the federal court, that the next administration, Hillary Clinton, would be able to nominate all of those judges, because then they would have, in his view, he thought for sure they would take over the Senate and have the Senate majority again. So this is their fault. The way that the judicial legislature is being reshaped and reformed under President Trump is because they got cocky. They felt that they had the ability to go ahead and leave everything vacant because they thought that the Senate would be overtaken and it would be a democratically led Senate. And they were wrong. They took the wrong gamble. So it is on them. So you cannot blame the fact that Amy Coney Barrett is now a Supreme Court judge. You cannot blame that and say it's illegitimate when it's not. The rules have been followed, period. So just like petulant children, the left is over on Twitter like AOC, and she's calling for a packing of the court. Okay, AOC. Okay, let's talk about packing the court for a minute. What exactly does that mean? Oh, well, let's add an extra 5 to 7, maybe 9 more justices. Oh, but we have to wait until Joe Biden is president? Because remember, if you want to pack the court, let's go ahead. Let's do it now. We have a Senate. We'll have a session right after the election, regardless of who wins. Are you ready to say that, AOC? Are you ready to go ahead and put that gamble on the board? I highly doubt it. So since it's clear that the intentions of packing the court are only basically the intent of just whining and crying to get your way and not liking the outcome of the election or any elections in general, then, you're being a hypocrite. It is really, the logic doesn't stand on your side. You're being an absolute hypocrite by saying you only want the court packed when you're in power. But if Donald Trump wins the election and holds on to the Senate, which I foresee happening, then okay, are you still open to packing the court? And when does it stop? So let's just take a second and say Joe Biden wins the presidency, and then he adds 5 more justices to the Supreme Court, and they're all liberal judges. And then, 4 years from now, the pendulum swings back to the Republicans and some far right, in your view, fascist comes and is the president, are you going to be okay if we pack the court with another 5 judges? When does it end? When do we stop? So that's when the hypocrisy is really, really rich. So in all honesty, the left should be celebrating Amy Coney Barrett. We should be celebrating the fact that a woman who is, not even 50 years old, I believe she's like 48, she has a family of 7 children. They're school aged, and she is a brilliant mind, and she has it all. This is what the women's movement is about. It was about women having the same opportunities as men, not only to see their opportunities be only for the certain type of women that they want in certain types of power. So that's the thing that just bothers me. It bothers me that the hypocrisy is so thick that the left cannot see that just because someone doesn't have the same vision or view as you, that you cannot be happy for them as a woman in the woman's quote unquote woman's movement. It's just ridiculous. And the same thing goes for African Americans. They wanted to get rid of Clarence Thomas when he was going through his nomination process, which he called a high-tech lynching at the time. And they wanted to get rid of him because he was black. And I am proud to say that I don't see Amy Coney Barrett just as a woman. I don't see Clarence Thomas just as an African American man. I see both of them as brilliant minds. And I feel like that's the way Americans should see the Supreme Court and the judges that are on the Supreme Court. Not left, not right, but abiders of the Constitution and someone who studies the Constitution and understands the laws that are written within that are given our rights. And that's what's important. So let's not forget. Let's not just make the Supreme Court a political appointment anymore. Let's get back to the original idea of what the Supreme Court and the legislative branch of our government and what it means. It means that we have rights, and those rights should not be infringed, and they are protected by an entire branch of government, which makes our country unique. So that's about all I have for today. So make sure you do this for me. Like and subscribe to my channel so that you can keep up to date with any videos, new videos that I put out, and start joining the conversation, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.